Alright guys, welcome back to the channel. If you clicked on the video, you must already know about the Afrosenju and Globku beef with the Bleach community. I haven't even heard of DBZimran. And first of all, his name is DBZ. And he's being called a gatekeeper to Bleach. It's crazy. It's ironic. But let's get into this video. I'm pretty sure he has all the facts laid out. This is going to be a good one because I made a video earlier talking about Globku and Afrosenju and how Globku is trying to act like the victim and Afrosenju is just hopping on the bandwagon with the Bleach hate. He claims to be excited for the game, but he's not really a big fan of Bleach. Game looks cool. Game looks dope. You feel me? At the end of the day, we just all want to be excited about the game. That's it. And Globku making a bigger situation out of this than he already did, it's not helping at all. Instead of bringing a new fan base to his channel, he's blocking them out, and it's crazy. But let's hear what DBZimran has to say, and yeah, let's get into it.
Game. It's about to premiere, but I'm honestly already scared because the description says, cut down your opponent's reishi, break their konpaku. So it sounds like in addition to learning how this game is going to be played, we're also going to learn some new words here.
Bleach fans are under fire, and now we're being accused of being gatekeepers for simply explaining basic concepts within the power system of Bleach. So YouTubers like Globku and Afrosenju have chimed in about Bleach Rebirth of Souls, as Globku's pretty much called me a gatekeeper, and Afrosenju has told me to ease up on the Bleach gang life, all for wanting these content creators to just do a bit better by their fans. The main issue stems from Globku criticizing Bleach Rebirth of Souls for using terms like reishi, reiatsu, and konpaku.
I'm sorry, and that's another thing. Afro, you didn't have to say anything, Afro. You just drew attention to yourself for no reason. You chimed in. You wanted to be a part of the drama so bad. I ain't gonna lie. You didn't have to chime in at all. This was not about you, but you wanted to make it about you and chime in talking about ease up on the Bleach gay life. No, no, this had nothing to do with you. Why did you even chime in?
As he claims that they make the game unnecessarily complicated. He even mentioned that they are already making up words and making it complicated for no reason. I can assure you that terms like reishi and konpaku are not new words. So before we do anything else, let me just take a few seconds of your time to explain the basic terms of the Bleach power system. It's weird because nobody seems to have this issue with Dragon Ball games when they mention terms like Zenkai or Ki, or when Naruto games utilize terms like Jutsu and Chakra. Even concepts like Haki from One Piece or Nen from Hunter x Hunter, there is no issues with any of them, but things always switch up when it comes to Bleach. Over the years, so many people have criticized Bleach for not having proper world building, or
See, now, and this is a great point he's making, bro. Over the years, anime games have always done is use words from the actual show and manga to make it feel more unique and authentic. But I guess when it comes to Bleach, God forbid they do that. You feel me? Let's change it up. You know what I mean? No. If it's called Reishi, let it be called Reishi. See, people always want to dumb shit down. Globku has said, "Oh, if they had just called it HP and whatever, it'd have been much more simpler." No, they call Naruto Chakra. They call Chakra in Naruto. They call it Ki in Dragon Ball. They call it Nen in Hunter x Hunter. There's different names for this shit. But God forbid Bleach do it. Now they're trying to make the game too complicated, too hard to understand because they're using words that's in the goddamn show. Oh my god.
a lack of a proper power system. This entire situation just goes to show that people overlook a lot of details when it comes to Bleach for some reason. And it's just strange that in 2024, Bleach is still treated as a black sheep amongst its contemporaries, where Naruto is praised for its chakra natures, and Hunter x Hunter is praised for the different Nen types that are in the story, and fans give them credit for having a fleshed out power system. When it comes to Bleach, people just think that the power system is too complicated, when in actuality it's really easy and basic to understand. There are 4 basic concepts or terms that I want to go over. The first word that—
Okay, I'm pretty sure if you clicked on this video, you know what Konpaku, Reishi, and all this shit means. Hold on. Let's just skip to the flaws in Globku's video. Okay.
entire character arc dedicated to them via the Mod Soul Con. I think it's best to look at Globku's gameplay reaction video, as I don't really want to nitpick every little detail. I just want to bring up a few moments where I think that he really fumbled.
They're already making up words, bro. They're already making up words.
I mean, yeah, they could make it simpler by calling the Reishi gauge HP and the Konpaku lives, but why rob the game of the authentic canon terms?
Exactly.
This is never an issue with other shonen titles when they use concepts like Nen, Chakra, Ki, or Haki.
I'm gonna have to rewatch some stuff though. Okay, I think I get some of the basics, and I'm gonna do my best to explain everything. But it's confusing, and some of this information may be wrong.
It does not instill confidence in your viewers when you admit that you may be wrong with some of the information that you're going to cover in this video.
Reishi, I'm just gonna call it HP. That's it. This is your health bar. That's all you guys need to understand from this bar. They make it complicated for no reason, bro.
Honestly, dude, it's not complicated. If you are a Bleach fan, there's nothing complicated with the term Reishi.
But she said he's a Bleach fan. What did he say to this guy? Oh, I know Bleach. What did he say to this other guy? He grew up with Bleach.
And wanting to dumb it down by ignoring a key concept of the law by calling it a HP bar is just ridiculous, I think. Nobody really does this with Naruto games, where they want to call the chakra meter a power meter instead. I guess it's just not complicated in that situation.
Konpaku. The stuff above with the numbers, the little bars, and you start with 9 Konpaku. We don't need to call this Konpaku. I'm gonna call this lives.
It's just the same logic here. With you saying that we don't need to call this Konpaku, it highlights that little to no research was done into the power system of Bleach before you had made this video. Just because you have forgotten and don't know what it is, doesn't make it complicated. Like I explained earlier, Konpaku is a canon term which has been used from the very beginning of the series.
This was so confusing. I need another gameplay breakdown tomorrow, Bandai. Can we do that?
I mean, not every mechanic is going to be revealed in the very first gameplay trailer for this game. When I broke down this game, it was pretty obvious to me that when the Reishi gauge is depleted, the character can do a special attack which can wipe out more than one Konpaku from your opponent. I mean, we don't really need to know how many Konpaku are wiped out at this point in the game's marketing.
Why do they make this game so complicated? I don't know, man. Maybe it will be simpler once we actually play it.
I mean, they literally mentioned two basic terms, Konpaku and Reishi, and it broke this man. There is a possibility that Bandai is in communication with Globku, and he had early access to this gameplay trailer so that he could drop a timely reaction to it when it releases officially. Now, if this is the case, then he had more than enough time to react, and then at least study the trailer and refresh his knowledge.
No, in this case, he said he was watching it like live, like when it came out. He didn't watch it early. That's what he said, though. So I'm just going by what Globku said. He did not watch it early in advance. He watched it live. It was a live reaction with everybody else
on these terms so that he could be prepared to explain it to the audience. I guess this is just a really half-assed video, which instead of praising the game for being accurate to the manga, Globku makes it seem like it's doing something bad by using manga terminology. There is some sense in his comment section with people calling him out by quoting new words, they're already making up words, guess the man's never really watched Bleach. Some other people have commented the fact that he's complaining about the names of everything when all of that is taken straight from the anime is so funny to me. Or the reaction screams, I've never seen or read Bleach in my life. I don't want to go that harsh, but I don't really want to go that far into.
And then that's what I'm saying, bro. You claim you love the series, you watched it when you grew up, blah blah blah, all this shit about Bleach. But then you do shit like this. You're forgetting key terms like this. Like it comes across that you don't like the show. Not even that you don't like the show, that you didn't even watch the show, and you just covering this game because it's the new hot thing. You could be honest, you know. You could really be honest with your fans. I think your fans will rather have honesty than you lying and double down on your knowledge of Bleach when you know your knowledge of Bleach is not that diverse, I might say.
Saying that he's never read or seen Bleach. I'm sure he has, and it's been a really long time. The least that he could have done is at least freshen up his knowledge on all of this information. I want to look at Afrosenju's reaction to this rebirth of Soul.
I'm not gonna lie, I said this like 5 times probably already. It was unnecessary. What does he have to do with anything? Like, you didn't have to say nothing, bro. Stay in your bubble, bro. Why do you want to be a part of drama? Like,
gameplay video. Overall, his reaction is pretty solid, to be fair to him, but it's just weird that he chimes in on the situation with Globku on Twitter.
A lot of this comes from like that goofy ass Twitter altercation I had. Like this concept of a fake anime fan, you, not all of you, but some of you niggas need to touch grass, bro. All right? This is not Bloods and Crips. There's no sign you throw up to show your favorite anime. All right? I've watched Bleach since the beginning to current, bro. I just probably don't remember some of the older stuff.
So I get Afro's point, but if you're reacting and aiming to explain to your audience how the mechanics of a game work, you gotta at least do your basic homework and refresh your knowledge. It literally took me a couple of minutes to...
Not even that, bro. Not even that. You could just be like, yo, it's been so long since I watched Bleach. Let's see what this is about. You feel me? You could be honest with your fans and be like, yo, I haven't watched Bleach in a while. This game look interesting. You know what I mean? You don't gotta double down and be like, oh, I know what I'm talking about. Oh, I watched Bleach. I grew up with it. Da, 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 da. That's why people get on your ass. It's not about this being, oh, get Bloods and Crips and every time he gets something wrong, we going into his ass. No. He claimed to be a Bleach fan. He claimed to grow up with the show. People that grow up with the show are, you know, that implies that he's a big fan of the show because he grew up with him, you know. And he double downs on it again. Like, the response he gives on Twitter is like, oh, I love Bleach, blah, blah, blah. You love Bleach. We can't tell that you love Bleach because a lot of shit that you're saying about Bleach is incorrect. It's misinformation. It's not correct. I said miscorrect. It's not correct. That's why people are on your ass. And when people are correcting you, you're like, oh, there's more to life than Bleach, blah, blah, blah. I'm not interested. Oh, you only got 10K followers. Like, I don't know. It comes off as weird.
To find out what all of these terms meant, and it's not asking you to watch the series multiple times, it's literally just a Google search. Then on Twitter, I guess Globku calls me a Bleach gatekeeper. There is a lot of common sense in the reply to his quote tweet, with one person saying, this isn't gatekeeping, just don't complain about an anime game using words from that anime. It's like complaining Naruto is calling that flash step equivalent a substitution jutsu. People are saying this isn't gatekeeping, and Globku says it totally is. It's mocking content on the basis that I didn't read manga, therefore reducing the value of the whole video. It's implying that I shouldn't make Bleach videos with my current knowledge, behind my back on top of it because he didn't even tag me. I didn't tag you because I didn't want the entire situation to blow up, which it already has, and I think it's pretty disingenuous to say that I mocked.
And then that's another thing. This situation only blew up like this because Globku blew it up to like a big proportion. It wasn't a big thing. You just corrected him like, yo, just, you feel me? Like, these words been in the game, they're not made up. Niggas just correcting you, that's it. It wasn't becoming crazy. You took it too far by saying people are gatekeeping Bleach, and you're just doubling down on it, Globku, by just saying, oh, you read Bleach and you love Bleach and this, that, and the third. I don't know who you're saying that for because there's a lot of information that you're missing about Bleach. I'm not gonna lie, and you already don't like the fandom already, so like, I don't know who you're lying to. I ain't gonna lie, I can see your Bleach videos having low views because nobody's gonna watch them. You should stick to content that you specialize in because Bleach is not one of them, man.
Your content, and I'm just pointing out a couple of flaws in order for you to create better content. At no point did I say that you shouldn't make Bleach videos with your current knowledge. I'm simply saying that do a bit more research.
I'm saying he shouldn't make Bleach videos at all. If he gets butthurt by this, he shouldn't even cover Bleach, and it's crazy. And you know what? To be honestly frank, you shouldn't cover Bleach videos with your current knowledge because you obviously don't know what you're talking about. And I stand on that.
Before making videos which claim to explain a game's mechanics when you don't even know the terminology of the series. I want more eyes on Bleach. I know most of my audience are going to go out and buy Rebirth of Souls because the majority of the people on this channel are hardcore Bleach fans. But Globku, you cover mostly Dragon Ball and other shonen anime titles, so you have a perfect opportunity to get new eyes on this Bleach game, but instead of just taking the L, doing a bit more research, you've gone on this Twitter tirade. And none of the responses here are a good look. Someone reiterates that this doesn't fit the bill of gatekeeping. If anything, it's more so the opposite. So the point is mostly to push back against people who are complaining about the use of law-accurate terminology. And Globku doubles down here, saying he is definitely against using law-accurate terminology when explaining a complex battle system. Call it what you want in-game, but but this would be 100 times easier to explain if they just said lives and HP. And I honestly could not disagree more with this guy. If it's your job to explain mechanics of shonen anime games, then it's just terrible to say that it's a complex battle system. Don't use lore-accurate terminology because it doesn't make sense to me. The battle system for Rebirth of Souls, from what I have broken down, is not complex. And using terms like reishi and konbaku are not complicated in the slightest, as long as you explain to your fans what it is. So he wants the game developers to adapt this terminology so that the game can be enjoyed by more fans. Someone else comments, I mean, why would you make a video about something without researching the topic you're talking about? Globku says that the video is a reaction and breakdown on the spot. Also, sorry to break it to you, YouTubers are not journalists. I mean, that's insane. For my videos, when I react to a trailer, I give my initial impression and then I do pause, take a moment to script out some details, rewatch the trailer a couple of times, and it looks like you did exactly the same thing, Globku, in your video.
We're gonna have to rewatch some stuff then. Okay, I think I get some of the basics, and I'm gonna do my best to explain everything. But it's confusing.
So you did take time to pause, watch the trailer a couple of times, and you still got a lot of points wrong. I guess in the end, Globku admits that his comment about made-up terms was unfortunate, and him calling me a gatekeeper was maybe a stretch. And he then posts this long essay explaining all of his situation, which all of you guys can go and read. So I quoted Globku ending the situation by saying, my point is just to do better. The bare minimum is at least to look up the terms in the game that you're covering so that you can explain to your audience what it means. This is so that the game doesn't get a bad rap for being complicated when it isn't, and all of the complication just arises from you just being confused. So I'm saying this to Globku as a content creator because it wasn't fair to say buzzwords like I'm gatekeeping Bleach when I have over 500 videos on this channel which explain various different concepts about the series, and I make all of these videos so that Bleach is more accessible for old and new fans. So yeah, I do admit that maybe I was a bit harsh in my first tweet, and in general I don't take Twitter too seriously. That is true. I do post up a lot of like troll or edgy comments. So if Globku was upset with my MFs don't even read Bleach, then I do apologize, Globkun, if you were upset with that. It's crazy then, I guess Afrosenju chimes in and he says, y'all gotta ease up on this Bleach gang life. Honestly, there is no gang life. This is just the basics. Nobody really pulls any of this shit with Naruto when terms like jutsu or chakra are used, or when Dragon Ball uses terms like Zenkai or Ki, or when you have Nen from Hunter x Hunter or Haki from One Piece. If you don't know what Reiatsu, Reishi, Reiryoku, or Konpaku are, then the least you can do is find out at least. Your audience will want to know what all of these terms are, especially if your aim is to get new eyes on Bleach.
I 100% agree. 100%. That should be the sentiment for everybody, but I guess some people just think differently.
You can't be bothered to at least look up these basic terminologies of the Bleach power system. In my opinion, it's just lazy content creation. So someone comments rightly, it's crazy how only Bleach fans will have their anime or manga misinterpreted, and when we say do your damn research, everybody starts playing victim. You never see this with Dragon Ball. I don't know what more there is to actually say. I've shown all of the different chapters where these terms are mentioned and referenced. I've quote tweeted various different engagement betas who are trying to say that Kubo's terminology is confusing and gibberish, and how Naruto's terminology is explained well enough to instantly be catching on. I mean, I've quote tweeted this guy, shown him examples of where all of the terminology is used. Unless you have issues with basic comprehension, none of this is rocket science. In this video alone, I've explained every single chapter where all of these terms are used in, and honestly, there's nothing complicated about it. It just required a bit more research, to be honest. I mean, Globku's the kind of guy who says that he doesn't get into beef unless you have plus 10k followers. Lower the follower count, apparently, the lesser the person they are.
There's another, I got another tweet of him saying this exact same thing. He's like, debate me when you get over 10k followers. So he tried to say, oh, I was obviously trolling with this, but he wasn't trolling. I think he really thinks like this, but we can keep it pushing. This is not a big point.
It's clear that he did double down with a lot of his takes, and in the end he just retracted all of it, and then calling me out to be a gatekeeper. And after the fact, Afrosenju jumped onto the bandwagon and is referring to me as another gatekeeper of the Bleach series. As King Zura says on Twitter, it isn't gatekeeping or Bleach gang life, when all I'm saying is you guys need to be a bit more responsible as content creators. If you're going to cover a game, the least you can do is the due diligence. And yeah, we've reached the end of the video. Let me know all of your thoughts about this Bleach Rebirth of Souls gatekeeping situation. Personally, I'm really glad that the developers are staying true to the source material. It adds to the authenticity of this game, and if you want to see my coverage of Bleach Rebirth of Souls, then definitely check out the videos that I've created. I've done a complete breakdown and analysis of the gameplay trail.
So, does he say anything else?
Than what Globku was able to do. So yeah, thanks for
Oh, hold on.
videos if you want a thorough breakdown and analysis of the game's gameplay, which doesn't shy away from the game's terminology, and I think these videos do a bit more of a better job at explaining how the game works than what Globku was able to do. So yeah, thanks for making it to the end of this one, and I can't wait to see you in my next Bleach video. A massive thank you goes out.
Alright guys, that's the end of the video. And yeah. And you know, I'm gonna go on a little rant, probably like for like 2 more minutes to end the video. These niggas, Globku and Afrosenju, I'm not gonna lie, I used to watch them a lot. And this goes to this Soluminati video I was watching, you know, not too long ago. You know, when you're younger, these content creators, they seem like amazing and like you feel me, they know what they talking about, but as you get older, like you see through the bullshit. Like I'm not gonna lie, like you could really see through the bullshit like as you get older with these content creators. Like Soluminati said it best himself, like we starting to see now, like since we're older now, we starting to see like these niggas not as cool as they were. Like we starting to see through the bullshit. But yeah. Globku's acting like a victim. Afrosenju bandwagoning on the Bleach hate. That's basically all you really need to know.